so it still didn't really matter that much.
Lightside had it from earlier,
practically
right?
what happened here.
They were the team involved.
Yeah, and Lightside had Lightside also.
True.
And
Yeah,
let's take a look. So, despite seeing the disaster class that Lightside had in game 1, Lost Ratones decided to ban away 2 of the champions, the Janna and the Fiora here. While Lightside obviously having to balance the balancing act of banning out broken things like, you know, your Variuses, your Pantheon, which this time is thrown on the ban port, and then banning out Baus. So they've hit the middle ground like we saw earlier today. You take the Pantheon, and then you ban out the Gragas in the side.
Says to me an early Cho'Gath pick is probably gonna show up here if they're willing to ban Fiora in the first 3. Sorry, stun locked by the Rumble pick because it's never gonna happen.
Never.
There's Syndra.
Never.
Again for Nemesis, so we'll see if the drafting priorities and pattern remains, you know, kind of similar to LR, if there's gonna actually be a little bit of a reaction. Slice comes in with the Sejuani, so away from the counter, or rather the carry jungle picks that we were kind of hyping up and hoping that he would show up with, but Bizguard, again, a little bit, I wouldn't say like fully out of character, but away from the usual for sure. On the Akali, wants to try and find some level, you know, 6 kill pressure onwards, and that 2v2, almost no matter what Velia locks in here, I would anticipate it's Xin, but it's going to be very difficult to navigate just by virtue of the Akali existing.
Wow, that's really exciting, right? You know, 2 games of Beast going down into the roster, and he's shown more sides to himself than what we really saw in those splits for DMG. Velia locking in the trundle, the obvious counter to the Sejuani, who gets more armor and melee resist with a passive. Well, what happens if you ult them while that passive is still up? Well, you steal loads of resistances, and you instead become the mega tankers with Poppy locked in, obviously for Baus up in that top lane.
Yeah, safe, reliable laner Poppy tends to be. There is also, of course, the possibility that it could end up in Reckless's hands.
Yeah.
I can't recall off the top of my head if he played at EMEA Masters, but I'm relatively confident he's not played it here domestically. Now, that's a Viego. So I'm going to hold... Yeah, I'm going to hold onto Judgment here, of course, because sometimes we see Sejuani's randomly pop up in lane. We haven't seen Viego's in lane for pretty much since like his release, and I agree with you, Duckling. I think the likelihood is it's going to end up being Sej lane. And we'll see how that one ends up kind of surviving, right? Pivoting away from that Breath jungle matchup.
Sejuani is not a Slice champion, and Mac is not a Viego player. It can only be Viego for Slice, and Mac on the Sejuani top lane. And I can see with the auto resets the Viego gets, right? You have a very strong 2v2 top side all of a sudden when you get up there. Now though, for the side of Lost Ratones looking to ban out some support of Ruspier, just banning out the save engage, even though we know Ruspier is a big enchanter player. He will probably have to play one of these engages this game, but we'll see though as the draft progresses. What do you ban out here? Maybe the Jhin, maybe the Lucian. You can ban out the Yeshua as well.
I like the Lucian.
There's a lot you can ban out against Crowny if you want to trim the AD carry pool, but he'll still be able to have a strong check. No?
Okay.
You ban out the Seri we saw earlier today. I guess, you know, you won on it, so it makes sense.
I think that, there's loads of options that are really strong, right? I think what makes LR such a threatening team is just their overall ability to navigate a lot of mid-game sequences, even in deficits, if they end up in them in the early stages, which isn't super uncommon, right? Like, it is something that can happen from time to time. And picks like Zeri or Jinx that can very easily you know, be funneled gold, even in those sequences, become very frustrating to play against when in the hands of Crowny, just because, again, they will out-macro you, right? They'll out-rotate you and stay uninteractive until they want to interact with you. Nami banned the way out of Rospierre's pool. Is it going to be another support on 4 here for Rospierre, would be my big question. Or will it be saving it to 5 this time? And it will be saving it to 5 as we take away the Varus, and does give LR the opportunity to get a counter matchup in the AD. There's very few lanes that, you know, directly match up well into the Varus, but it's not like they're not available here, as there's very limited lane bully bans.
I was thinking about the Jhin and Alistar. I think it's a deadly combo for the LR. We know them, and it makes life for Varus really hard if you don't space out.
Yeah. I mean, was it last split, I believe, in all 4 seeding stage game we saw Crowny and just the Jhin, right? For fail-safe, good range, and help with the CC as well. Tron pillar into Deadly Flourish, and all of a sudden the lockdown is just so easy to continue here now. Reckless, I mean, could he just default to the Rakan again? Yeah, we know he loves it. He's very good on it. You could default.
It's a good game hit for it too. Very, very good game for a hit too. I mean, there is a lot of CC, so Mercs is going to feel pretty mandatory, but otherwise, it's not point and click. right? And that's the main thing. So you can dodge a lot of it. What will Robespierre do this time, right? Like, is it just another disengaged champ? I feel like something like Milio might have a little bit of value in comparison to the Janna, which is obviously banned out, which we saw in the first game of the day.
Nah, just teasing from now.
Yeah, he is just teasing. Yeah, I think the Nautilus, if you have to go to the engage, I think is what makes most sense, right? You can easily counter the Rakan and his engages if you time it well. Point and click locked CC as well to help set up for the other engage you have. I think it's fine.
Matchup up here. Yeah, it's a spicy one, isn't it? I don't remember the last Sejuani I saw in competitive, but the idea behind Sejuani is that you're a very bursty tank early on. Flashless on the Sej could be an ideal target point. Typically, you do go Ignite TP, and you burst level 2 for a hefty amount. The idea is that you start Q on Sejuani, you stack up Grasp of the Undying on the minions, and then you Q at them, and you get to do an auto attack after your Q and walk away. And essentially, the 18-second Q trade level 1 is uncounterable. So we'll see how Mac pilots it, but that's the idea level 1, and then you have a lot of burst generally. There's also a lot of synergy between the Sejuani and the Viego. If Slice ever wants to visit topside, with the passive stacks on the Sejuani being a melee champion and Viego getting a lot of auto attacks down on the passive, could be good.
Absolutely. Well, for now, everyone's just starting up in the normal positions. It actually looks like Velia is going to be clearing upwards towards Baus. So, oh no, he's not. I was looking at Reckless, who's now moving bot lane. It actually looks like a potential late invade from Velia. Yeah.
I think they get spotted out there. Slice sees it coming, a ward to potentially avoid it, but now the ward has been taken, and you don't know if Velia's on the way. Slice doesn't have another, so he realizes, wait, hold up a second, I could be invaded here. And he doesn't really have an answer. This is a problem. Viego just loses to Trundle.
Yeah, there's nothing Slice can really do here. He takes the chomp, loses a chunk of AD. If Velia gets the smite off here, that's it, done so. He's going to have to jump back in, gets another chunk out of Slice, and it just looks like this could just be the end of the fight! Flash out from Slice! Velia can't see it! The red buff isn't going to... Oh my words, that was such a mistake! Flashing out of vision and losing sight of the red buff so he couldn't get the smite.
Nice
What a mistake!
Slice.
Well played, Slice.
So hectic. I think Slice actually dropped down to single-digit HP there on the last red buff auto attack. It was incredibly close, but yeah, disengaging the auto attacks with the flash was super, super nice. And now Velia, he's going to have to clear, and he's going to be very, very slow on the clear. So we'll see what Slice does with the extra time that he does have. As mid lane, Syndra should be able to win this lane early on, at the very least chunk out the Akali a little bit, but Akali's going to farm just fine and scale up, and then like Jamada was highlighting on the desk, the post 6 will be problematic. I'm interested about how the solo lanes go in general. Top lane, going to be potentially volatile with the Ignite on top side, but maybe not, because it is a tank v tank lane, and then bot lane, oh wow, actually, Baus is kind of winning this. I didn't expect this when you have so much damage on the the Sejuani early, rather.
What you forget?
But I suppose
Sejuani has a lot of damage, but I swear, Poppy's like base damage, especially at early levels, is absolutely bonkers. The Q does so much damage. Is Nemesis and Bizguard taking a fight. Nemesis couldn't really find a good angle to actually get an ability off onto Bizguard. Does now finally find a good window to trade versus him and just weave those autos in.
That's rough. Cannon lost because of the pressure from Nemesis right there. Can Mac get the cannon as well? The answer to that is no. Mac misses the cannon and mid lane misses the cannon. That's tough for the side of LLS.
The Q off. Mac actually losing a lot of HP here. Is going to get himself caught. The Ignite goes down, and Mac just about gets out.
Is there a Q flash from Baus? No.
Baus ran out of mana, I think. Oh no, he just queued on the way.
No, he just queued there, right. So he had mana for one Q flash. I think he was fishing for it, but it just wasn't quite in range. These lanes.
All good scatter. There's a pillar that can come. Bizguard just throws the W out and walks away.
Yeah, and it's not going to be a double crab for the Viego, but Velia going to try and chase him around the map. He sees the crab is gone now, so he's probably going to go back to clearing his camps, and I feel like we're going to go back to a bit of a neutral lull state right now. Fairly even early game. I mean, wait, hang on. Did we miss a kill in bots?
Wait, what?
Wait,
how do we miss first blood? I suppose there's been a lot going on.
All right, so it was a Q into a deadly flourish from Reckless into Crowny, and then it's just a grenade force shot.
Fair enough. I mean, that just snuck up. I'll allow
no
us missing that one.
barrier because he has a cleanse, so Golden Penny just pops. Sure. A nice kill from Los Ratones in the bot lane.
I mean, it's been constant. It's like constant trading, constant actions.
Yeah, these lanes are mental.
I feel like the teams got together and decided it's time to deal with Los Ratones. And they all agreed that just fight them. Just get really fighty with them.
I think the Rakan Jhin should be getting a solo kill down in bot side, to be honest. Rakan is so much weaker.
Not, no.
I feel like they're Nautilus Varus. But still, I mean, it's just a testament to how good Crowny is. And same with Reckless, getting the 2v2 kills in what I think should be a losing matchup. Down to be wrong.
To be
look
fair,
at the damage.
I actually think a lot of people really underestimate the damage early on Jhin. Especially kind of like
It's true.
pre-early item, like before you even get your first item, like that fourth shot actually does start to build up. If he keeps just weaving them in and finding opportunities for like poke, he's actually a really good champion to play aggressive on. And you're seeing Los Ratones recognizing that and constantly jumping onto Golden Penny, getting the deadly flourish off, a little bit of a follow-up for the grenades. Really nice to see. Now, Baus, looking for a potential turnaround, does have the ultimate now, so he can catch onto Mac, but looks like Mac is not going to be getting caught off this time as Los Ratones using their bot and mid pressure to translate it into this dragon.
Yeah, Crowny does get hooked, but he does have barrier, so he should be fine.
He's totally fine. He's got the pillar as well. Rozpier forced to flash away from that one. Velia loses a fair chunk of HP, and that might stop the dragon. But meanwhile, top lane Baus finds the solo kill.
Yeah, no flash on Mac, so even if he wanted to, he could... It'd be hard to flash away from the E against the wall.
Oh.
But yeah, it's a solo kill from Baus, an excellent play.
Unleash power's available to Nemesis. He's not going to find the window, though. Right? Unless Piscard just steps up and gets hit by a scatter. Los Ratones don't even want to give Crab up to Slice. They can see he's doing it, so they find the knock-up, and Crowny has the fourth shot in the bag. Pillar comes down.
He's just dead.
Slice tries to go for the smite. Doesn't even get it. That is tragic.
Oddly reminiscent of Blabber over in NA, dying for the Crab, but still doesn't quite get it. 600 down on the Crab, down to 23. Yeah, that's rough. First move from the Jhin Rakan, and the CC he has... I'm not sure if he had flash or it was just coming up and he has it now, but still falls in the river. And it's not looking great for LLS. I think they're going to have to... It looks like Mac is trying to make a push and move attempt into mid, but Nemesis is going to sniff that out and recall on the other side of the lane. So now the question comes down to, you know, who gets grubs? And the reality is, if LR want to rotate their lane, their bot lane up to top side, they can. They're in full control of bot lane, so they can choose when they want to recall.
Well, Baus and Mac just taking himself a little bit of a scrap here. Gets the permafrost off. Takes the key too, though, from Baus. So let's get that, as Baus is going to quickly just try and get himself a shield. And honestly, with the shield coming back up, Baus just starts to win these elongated trades. Has a lot of wave clear with his Q. Baus, once again, could take an Everfrost first here, but for now, that's just a scrappy Grasp farming top lane.
Ooh. I'm always wondering if Baus is gonna press E on the Sejuani whilst he's in front of his turret and just get a bunch of damage off of the stun against the wall. It's kind of risky, so it's nice to see if he does. Tier versus tier top lane, because both these champs can have mana issues. But because Baus has controlled the lane and first move into the river alongside Velia, he's going to be able to get the Honey Fruit and sustain himself right back up. With support first move, with Reckless on the Rakan being in the river up top side, that's going to be Grubs as well. So Grubs for the Trundle. That unlocks so many different macro opportunities if they want to send Trundle pre-14 on the side lane tower.
Yeah, Slice gets too heavily chunked out. 2 objectives over to Los Ratones nice and early there as well. They said that Grubs really just speed up your ability to take towers. Now, obviously, you got a Jhin, not particularly the greatest tower taker, especially with the plates, but for now, you know, every little helps. And Trundle, very good at taking towers, so if Velia does see an opportunity to jump into a side lane and try and take some additional gold for himself, he will be able to absolutely smash through towers with the King's Domain.
Will there be a play here? Onto Reckless. Think so. They have Nautilus on the way.
On the knock-up into the Deadly Flourish. Crowny hasn't got 4th shot available yet. He gets caught there actually by the root from Golden Penny. Continues to fire away. Another Q comes down. Reckless just about dodging away. Oh, Baus finds the knock-up. The slow onto Mac. A 1-for-1 trade on the top side.
A 1-for-1 trade, but I think a small bounty for the Sejuani. It looked like he got a bit of extra gold there in his pocket. A nice play for both sides with a knock-up at the unexpected burst from Mac with the Ignite. Now this At this crab, Slice is a level up with bot lane moving first.
His Slice just flashed to steal that one away, but Velia is happy to take this trade, puts the pillar up.
Oh, no,
Rospia Q's into the pillar, and Velia's just going to run down the Nautilus now. Slow's coming in, and that is going to be the kill for Crowny. Meanwhile, off screen, Nemesis takes out Bizguard. 2 members of LLS fall, and Slice is being hunted by Velia. Golden Penny is now being hunted by Velia. He's got the pillar, he's got the slow, forces the flash out from the ADC. Lost RATONES is just taking everything.
In the meantime, Nemesis is getting a solo kill mid onto Bizguard. He finds a solo kill on the Syndra versus Akali, even post 6, when the Akali's supposed to have a bit more agency. How did this exactly happen? The E lands, everything lands for Bizguard, but the burst is just too much with the Q. And Nemesis finds it. He goats it up in the mid lane, and also the bot side win. That was a really big LR victory.
A really big one there for them. They're 6-1 on kills. It's 10 minutes on the clock, and it's a massive gold lead. 4,000 gold in their favor. It might get bigger, to be honest. Baus is getting a solo kill onto Mac.
Oh no! Baus with the buckler finish off.
He's not even finished his cull, and he's got 3 kills.
They were trying to find a play with SEJUANI passive and Viego to cheese Baus potentially, because Baus is playing really aggressively, but they just...
Oh no, Nemesis is about to get up a kill, isn't he? Oh, Bizguard survives. Okay.
Oh my words.
No unleashed
this
power
is
available.
A little bit rough, I think, for LLS. They could free hit this tower. It's not like Rospia is going to be able to do anything substantial. Demolish for Reckless is going to be able to get that plating. And they can just walk on out.
I'm going to be real with you here. I might have to hold that, though, as Rospia gets the ultimate off onto Nemesis. Knockout comes in. Shuriken flip lands onto Reckless. Nemesis has got the unleashed power. Misses the scatter the weak as Slice unable to actually close that gap any further. The heal up off the Gleaming Quill. And, yeah, Reckless decides to re-engage. Goes for the flash forwards. Slow comes in, but there's no real follow-up. I think Reckless got a little bit too overexcited there. Decides not to pull that trigger. A scatter the weak and the unleashed power. Nemesis takes out Bizguard. In jumps Crowny with the Q. Secures the next one as the curtain on Rospia is called. He's got to dodge these shots, but that 4th one will not stop him. The W flourish. The Q, the W, nothing else can get in range. The tower will fall. Oh no.
Oh no, not another. Make it stop. Make it stop, LR. Enough. You've done enough. And that's a kill up topside. It's 10-1 on the board at 12 minutes.
It's the redemption arc here for Baus. He got banned for playing Poppy last time he played it.
Did he actually?
He got,
Is there lore? What happened?
He dropped a 17 death Poppy game. I think it was an unfair ban, but he did get banned for like a 17 death Poppy game. And yeah,
you know,
proving
it's
all wrong there.
A 10k gold lead for LR at 12 minutes. I don't think I have ever seen a 1k gold lead per minute in my life. And we're almost there. That is...
Yeah, I mean, you've got
ridiculous rate of gold.
Nemesis on 10 CS per minute and his team on 1k a minute. That is crazy numbers, actually. It's what Jamada was saying, right? Where he was like, "This is probably gonna be the quickest game of the day." I think he might be right. We might be making up.
I think he was on to something.
Yeah,
I believe.
We're pulling back all the delay issues we had at the beginning of the day.
I think Bizguard is looking to cheese, but he's surrounded by a full team, so he might just choose to recall here.
I think you press B, buddy. Don't walk into where there's a ward in that bush. He's been seen. Oh no, that's his ward. Okay, cool. Sorry, I saw a ward on the map, but I panicked. He's all right.
Yeah, let's get you to bed. Let's get you to bed, Unk.
Grandpa's tired, man. What can I say?
Grandpa's tired. I mean, Baus is doing the same thing on the other side, you see? He's in alcove, I believe.
Yeah, the thing is, I actually think Baus could do it. He's got a Divine Sunder is 3-1. Like, I have every faith in him. He's doing it. We need to go top. Baus is playing the defense game. He's able to hold, and yeah, goes for the knockback. They throw everything in. He just flashes away. They use all of the CC onto Baus, as Baus is still alive, finally going down, but Slice taking so many tower shots. In comes the teleport, as now they're jumping in, but the unleashed power from Nemesis takes down the kill. Mac gets hit by the scatter weak. Meanwhile, Velia and Bizguard going toe-to-toe, as the perfect execution is just going to be used to dash away. No! He goes into the grubs!
Oh, no! What is happening? Velia,
what a clown show of a game!
Alexa, play clown music, please. What is happening? Bizguard gets killed by Crowny. What burst? It caught me off guard how fast Slice would be one-shot when he transformed into the Poppy and tried to make a play on the Nemesis up topside. And that played down in bot. Cinema. Absolute cinema.
I've genuinely never seen a perfect execution so unperfectly executed. That was so short.
This might be the funniest game
I want to talk about this, but yeah, we'll go back to the fight. Faust, I don't think you're going to survive this one. Does get a bit of damage off.
Oh! No! What did you say, Ibrahim? He survives those!
Back in.
He survives those! He's Baus! That's him!
He's got the souls as well, so he can reset nice and quick. I forget about Poppy ult. He's been using it as a knock-up more than a knock-away.
And now I feel like we haven't had any downtime to actually analyze the game. I'm not sure if this is just my end, but it might be yours.
It's frozen on my end.
We're still going.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're going to try and hit top tier 2 to cross map. And with 3 grubs, it should be fairly easy. But here comes the pick.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's over. It's over before you can even do the handover. That is the end of ROZZI. Golden Penny taking the curtain call. 3 shots have hit him. All 4 shots hit him, and he flashes
the
nothing.
Double stun at an angle was crazy from Nemesis just there. The mechanics on Syndra. When will people start banning his Syndra? Can I be honest? I've seen this too much, and I barely casted him.
Yeah.
Amir Masters and now, today. You can't give him B1 Syndra. It's just shown what he can do with it. I mean, I guess you've tried to develop an answer with Akali into it, which is typically into control mages, but I do think this might just have to be a staple red side ban for teams.
I mean, you have to ban this. Nemesis is quite happily blind picking it, and he makes it work. Cosmic Drive, a Black Fire Torch, 16 minutes, and that is a 2-item and completed boots. Syndra, that is insane. He's a 4,300 gold lead.
I'm just worried, like, all teams will go down the rabbit hole of traditional control mage answers, like Yone, like Akali, until they realize inevitably there was no point, and we just banned Syndra in the end. That is what I imagine will happen.
We've had enough
Portal comes down onto Reckless.
I don't know if you can
should
see.
be fine.
I can't see anything.
I cannot. I'm assuming. I'm guessing that Reckless is just going to be able to walk on out of the NWA.
Oh, we're back. Hello, there we go. Sorry about that, everyone. We're having a couple of
but look at
freezes. Oh, hello. Nemesis and Bizgard going toe-to-toe. I don't think this ends well for Bizgard, to be honest, although he's getting a fair amount of damage off. Nemesis is going low, using the W well. The unleashed power. Bizgard not going to find the kill as Nemesis finishes him up.
Yeah, Reckless absolute faith in Nemesis there, not using the quickness on Rakan to charm the Akali at all.
That's why he's using the
calculation
quickness.
of damage.
There's going to be the knock-up, instantly cleansed, but it's not going to be enough because they find the opening, and that is Golden Penny jumping away, slice underneath the task to ult to safety. Oh, this is such a dominating performance from Los Ratones. They're throwing out the curtain call. ROZZI interrupts him, throws down the depth charge as well. That's just going to be the interrupt onto Crownie. He's able to escape. Mac actually looking for an angle onto Crownie. Crownie's forced to have the Ignite thrown onto him. Deadly Flourish comes out, but he is holding the line. Still got the flash. Not going to be necessary because pop goes the Mac. Crownie takes the kill.
Here comes
Slice is next up on the menu. Crownie secures himself a triple kill. Bizgard has jumped into the action. There's the unleashed power, and that is a double kill over the Nemesis. That is an 8 for Los Ratones, and this is an absolute slaughter.
Only Golden Penny left standing. We might just get a dancing Shelly on this siege. They might not be able to defend at all, Hipraid.
Oh,
look at the drift around.
That was smart. Save the HP. They're going to try and see if they can go for the end here. This could be the quickest game we've seen in NLC ever. 18 minutes on the clock, closing on 19 minutes here. They're going to be able to take out the Herald. Is the charge going to come through? It's going to bop. No, it's not, but the tower's going to fall regardless. And the Nexus has been laid bare here as LLS doing their hardest to shut down Los Ratones. It's not going to matter. 19 minutes on the clock exactly. The Nexus explodes.